Support WrestleTalk!
Donate on Patreon. Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens go face to face. Mike Kanellis still works for WWE. And boy oh boy, I can't wait for the Fashion Files to come back this week. Because when WWE advertise something, I've got no reason to think they're full of crap. I'm Ollie Davis and this is the 3rd of October 2017 edition of Smackdown Live in about 4 minutes. Still trying to find something more substantial for her to do after Talking Smack ended, Renee Young is now SmackDown's in-ring interviewer. Shinsuke Nakamura was her guest to open the show, where he thankfully only got 2 overly scripted answers before Jinder Mahal attacked him. If you thought that's a bit weak for the feud's big go-home angle, just wait! Because later on, Jinder cut a generic backstage promo. Unfortunately, it's a build fitting of what the WWE title picture has become. An uninspiring mid-card feud with a non-drawing champion. Mahal stood tall at the end, which would usually mean a babyface win this Sunday. I think Jinder will retain, though. Natalya and Carmella beat Charlotte and Becky Lynch in a decent TV match, when Carmella hit Becky with her Money in the Bank briefcase behind the referee's back, allowing Natalya to tap out Charlotte. A spot that would have worked much better if it was Charlotte who got knocked out by the briefcase, seeing that she tapped out relatively clean ahead of her title match here. At least we'll have the Fashion Files coming up soon, though. In a battle of who has the better entrance music, the surprisingly still employed Mike Kanellis lost to babyface Roode in just under a minute. Dolph Ziggler came out to remind Bobby wrestling isn't about fancy entrances. That must be why WWE got rid of Pyro, and then teased his own fancy entrance for Hell in a Cell, which will probably be himself coming out to no frills whatsoever. The Usos have to be one of the best, most intimidating promos in the company. They cut a fantastic rhythmic interview trashing the New Day, which the tag team champs answered with their own serious promo. That's how good this feud has been. There doesn't need to be a big go-home angle. This weekend's match is already sold on the two teams' quality track record. Just a decent fiery promo was all the effective low-key sell needed. And besides, tonight's SmackDown tag team highlight is being saved for the returning Fashion Files. Baron Corbin took on Tye Dillinger in a US Championship-focused match, which means it's time for an ad break. Surprisingly, considering Corbin is fighting for the title this weekend, Dillinger got a shock inside package win. Sadly, this didn't result in Tye being added to the Hell in a Cell match there and then, but all is not lost. WWE posted an optimistic interview to their YouTube channel shortly after entitled, "Does Dillinger belong in the US title match at WWE Hell in a Cell?" After Randy Orton ruined Rusev Day last week, which reminds me, only 357 more sleeps until Rusev Day 2018, the Viper beat Aiden English with an RKO from out an Irish whip. Can't wait for that Fashion Files segment. The main event built throughout the night, including one excellent video package, was Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon going face to face ahead of their Hell in a Cell match. KO didn't quite fancy the whole face to face bit though, taunting Shane from the crowd. McMahon took the bait like the babyface chump he is, following Owens out the arena to get ambushed in the concessions area. SmackDown Just Bring It style. KO made his way to the ring after powerbombing Shane through a merch table and teased throwing McMahon off the top of the cell this weekend. A heel line that traditionally would mean Owens is taking that bump. Shane still had some fight left in him though, and he started hobbling through the crowd to get at KO. It was a really cool babyface show of resilience, sadly somewhat lessened by a woman in the crowd deciding to twerk him. Owens and Shane brawled again, where KO delivered another headbutt and laid McMahon out with a pop-up powerbomb. Even though Shane's selling is sometimes rather goofy, Kevin's performance was once again sublime. So that was this week's SmackDown Live in about 4 minutes. Here's the usual ratings recap from top to bottom. Smack damn, smacktastic, smack bang in the middle, Ellsworthy, and where the hell are the Fashion Police? I'll reveal my score very shortly, but first, vote in the poll above my head to give yours. I'll announce the results in tomorrow's WrestleTalk news. This was another very lackluster go-home episode of WWE television. The 2 Hell in a Cell matches were effectively teased, but the rest of the card feels completely inconsequential inconsequential, including the WWE Championship match. But at least we're getting a new Fashion Files installment, I kept telling myself throughout the show. The segment was announced last week, but then with no on-screen explanation about the night's advertised return, Tom Phillips said the Fashion Police are back on Sunday. I know it's small scale in the grand scheme of things, but I was really looking forward to seeing Fandango and Tyler Breeze again, and every time WWE announce something they don't deliver on, no matter how minor, it chips away at the fans' trust in the company, which in the bigger picture significantly undermines what's left of the company's credibility. This week's SmackDown is Ellsworthy. Brock Lesnar and John Cena's Survivor Series plans have been changed, and is Kevin Owens getting drafted to Raw? Click the videos to the left to learn more, press subscribe, and support WrestleTalk on Patreon. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.